In this video, you will learn about Benchmarker tool by Sellics, which is a free tool for Amazon sellers, which helps to compare Amazon advertising performance against competitors. You will find the link below in the description to the Benchmarker tool, so you can sign up yourself and try. You will need to connect your seller account, and you can get really good insights of your advertising. You will see the most important advertising KPIs compared with your competitors, and also you will see what things you would need to improve in your advertising campaigns. The guest of this video is Thomas Roppel from Sellics. He's the co-founder and CMO of this company, and the video is hosted by LISETT LEES, which works with different Amazon brands. So before you watch, don't forget to click like. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel of Orange Klik, because here we talk with different Amazon experts and software creators.
Hi Thomas, it's nice to have you here today. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do in the Amazon space?
Hey, first of all, thanks so much for having me here today. So my name is Thomas. I'm the CMO and co-founder of Sellics. Sellics is one of the first Amazon all-in-one software companies that has been out there. And I will talk today about one of our newest, coolest tools, which we just launched.
That's very exciting. Exactly. That's the reason why we invited you here, because you have created something that not other companies have done before. So perhaps before we go into you demonstrating how the tool works, tell us, where did you get the idea to do this tool, and shortly explain what it is as well?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question, right? But I mean, every new tool, every new idea has some history. And with that one, so we'll talk about the new PPC tool for Amazon PPC. So for anyone that is an Amazon seller and sells on Amazon and uses PPC, which by now almost everyone is, they will face some problems. They will face challenges. And one of the challenges is that you normally don't know, am I doing good? Am I doing bad? Where can I improve? Am I better or worse than my competitors? And I myself, I've been in the Amazon PPC and generally the advertising space since almost 15 years. And these were questions and discussions I had literally millions of times. So I'm incredibly excited that we created a tool which will really help anyone out there that is active on Amazon PPC to see with one click, where am I good? Where am I bad? And where can I really, really, really quickly improve?
Okay, I want to see it. So I will give you the stage to show the tool, how it works, and what's the main best things for sellers out there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think we can just get going directly. I think the best thing is to indeed just see it live. So what do we talk about, right? We talk about the so-called Sellics Benchmarker today. It's the first and only tool out there in the industry that actually does that. So it hasn't existed ever before. It's for the first time that something like this exists. What does it do? You see this here on the page already. The link will be featured later down in the description. But what you will see here already, it answers some of the most burning questions that many have out there that are active on Amazon PPC. So they're using sponsored products or sponsored brands or sponsored display. These are the three big formats. And if you're using one of them, you will have these questions. Am I performing well? How much potential do I have? And one of the best ways to really answer that question is to benchmark yourself versus others that are like you. So in many cases, it will be your competitors or others which are selling very, very, very comparable products to yourself. Sellics is now a company which has been here for quite some time. So we also have access to many, 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 many sellers out there. So we have a huge database. And what we just did, we looked at this database. We analyzed over $2.5 billion in ad revenue last year. And we transferred this into product category benchmarks so that we could tell you exactly for the products that you're selling, how are other people doing compared to yourself. So you can get the report easily. It's for free, right? So what you can do, you can just go to this page again, link down in the description, click on Get Early Access. We're still in the early days. Fill out this form, straightforward. In the next step, you basically will just connect your Amazon advertising account, and then that's it. You will receive the report after 1 to 2 hours right into your inbox, and you will see something like the following. So this is a demo account, right? So this is a demo data. We just added this report with some demo sample data to basically show the power of the benchmarker. So this is a link which you will then obviously see with your own data of your own business. So what will you see? At the beginning, at the top, you will see first and foremost the data range. Right now, we're analyzing the last 30 days, and we will show you the big volume metrics of your account. So just starting with the big ones, how much did you spend? In this case, $100,000. How many impressions did you get? In this case, 43 million. How many clicks did you gather? 90,000. How many conversions, how many ad sales did you generate in that account? The other thing which you will see at the top is the marketplace and also the industry. The marketplace, you select it in the sign up. It's very important because we also benchmark on a marketplace level, as we know that the US has very different dynamics than, for example, Spain, Germany, or UK. The industry, you also need to select in the sign up. We use it for sponsor brands or for some products which we cannot categorize more specifically. But as you will see, 95% of the products we actually can categorize much more specific than what you will select in the sign up. So this is basically just a fallback option. So at the top, it's just a summary of your account, right? Nothing crazy here. It's just to really get you familiar with your data. The real magic actually happens if we start to scroll down. It starts here with the first section. You see here already on the left section, there are 5 different sections. The first one just gives you a rough understanding of the ad formats. As mentioned, there are 3 big formats on Amazon advertising PPC, which are very popular: sponsor products, sponsor brands, and sponsor display. Most start with sponsor products, but the longer you have been active in Amazon PPC, the more formats you will normally start to use. So what we show you here is your spend across the format. So here we see in this demo account 80% sponsor products versus 20% sponsor brands, but we compare your distribution with your own category. So if you, for example, see that in your category, many more are already investing in sponsor brands, and this is now a very good signal for you that you should probably also start to take this format more, let's say, seriously, because many others are already doing it. So at the top, this is just to give you a very high level of what is actually happening. But then we go already directly to, let's say, the magic. So what is the real magic here? When we now go deeper and we start here with sponsor products, we rate your performance using the so-called Big 4 KPIs of advertising. So for those of you that don't know what the Big 4 KPIs of advertising are, there are 4 very big important metrics in Amazon PPC, which will pretty much summarize your performance and will also show you where are you good or where you're not so good. The first one, advertising cost of sale, also known as ACoS, basically just shows you how much do you need to invest in order to generate $1 of revenue. So in this case, in this example, 25% means that you need to invest 25 cents in order to generate $1 of revenue. It's a very nice and common metric, which just gives you a rough understanding how profitable are you right now. The second one, cost per click, CPC, basically shows you how much do you pay per click. In Amazon, you pay per click. You normally don't pay per impression. So what we would like to understand is how much are you really paying per click? In this case, $1.58 for this account. The third metric is the so-called click-through rate. In this case, 1.44%. This number shows you the likelihood that people click on your ad. The higher the likelihood, the normally better your targeting and better your product pictures. If you have a very bad click-through rate, this either means that your product pictures are not that great or that you're just targeting the wrong people. And then the so-called conversion rate. So the conversion rate, in this case, 10%. This is the likelihood that how many people do basically need to visit your page to buy one of your products. So in this case, 10%. This means that if you have 10 people visiting your page, one of them will buy. 10% conversion rate. These are the 4 most and biggest important metrics if you want to analyze any Amazon advertising account. And you could see these accounts partly if you use Seller Central or even the Sellics tool. You could see them. They're there. But the problem is that you had in the past, you did not know, is this a good ACoS? Is this a good CPC? Is this a good click-through rate? Or is this a good conversion rate? Why do you not know? Because you do not know what others in your product category are getting. Only then you actually know if you're good and bad. And only if you know if you're good and bad, you know if you have potential to even get better. It doesn't make sense to focus on something where you're already the best, but it makes lots of sense to focus on something where you see that others are doing a much better job than you do. So this is now where the magic starts. because this is now basically the next column. Here you now see the benchmark, the so-called category benchmark. And what we see here is that for ACOS, the benchmark is 24%, you're 25%. So you're very close to the benchmark and you get a 3 out of 5 star rating. What does that mean? This means that you're pretty much in the middle, right? So not too great, right? But also not bad. So right in the middle. It gets already very interesting if we now jump to CPC, because you're paying right now $1.58 versus a benchmark of 87 cents. This means you're twice as expensive as what other people are paying for Klik. So here we give you 1 star. What does 1 star mean? 1 star means that you're at the bottom 20%. So this means that you are part of the group of the top 20% on the bad side, right? So there are not that many other people which actually pay more than you. So when we think about opportunity, then CPC in this case is a very good chance because you're paying significantly more than your competitors. We would do the same thing for click-through rate and conversion rate. And in this example, we see that the benchmark for click-through rate is very low, right? So you're much better, 5 stars, means on the other side, you're on the top 20%. So fantastic job here. Conversion rate, same thing, 10% versus 5.5%. You're doing an amazing job. So what can you do next? If you now see that you have potential in CPC, you can basically just click on this. And what will happen is there is now a breakdown. And in this breakdown, you will now see exactly the same figures and the same numbers on a product level. And not only that, if you just would like to understand a little bit more how to improve CPC, you can always just click on this link and you will get guides, more information, everything that you would like to understand. How does CPC work? How can you improve it? All of this. So it's also basically connected to an educational center. But let's now go deeper into actually the product view. So what you will see here are your products, your ASINs. You will see the name, the ASIN, and you will see the category in which we benchmark you against with. So in this example, just remember these are basically some random numbers, right? Some sample numbers just to show you with your own products. This will look much more familiar, I promise you, right? You are seeing your performance and you see the benchmark. And in this case, we see easily that this product and this product, this beautiful Nicolas Cage pillow, right, has a 20 cents performance for you, CPC, and the benchmark is also 20 cents. So you're pretty much okay. On the left side, the right side, you here see the range. The left number is the bottom 20, the right figure is the top 20. So everyone that is below 13 cents is at the top 20% in CPC, and above 38 cents is in the bottom 20% in CPC. Remember, high CPC is bad in the case of Amazon PPC. So here we see we're in the middle, so that product is actually okay. But if you look at the first product, the Lumi Lux Toilet Light Motion Detection, whatever that is, right? We just see some random figures. Again, this is not real numbers. But what you will see here is that $1.90 versus a benchmark of 30 cents. So what we show you here in the range is that the normal range is between 15 cents and 44 cents in this category, in carriers and travel products. If you're now paying $1.90, this means that you're significantly above the benchmark and what others are paying. So a very strong signal that you should really, really optimize your CPCs here in order to get this under control. Because as we see, this one drives your overall CPC performance up, and with that, your profitability down. So you will see this number here for all of your products and can easily see, are you good, are you bad, and where do you have most of the potential in order to optimize this. If you want, you can also click on the advanced view. There will be some other cool features. If you now, for example, just want to filter for specific products, let's say I just want to filter for the products where I have many, many orders, and I only then want to sort them by actually my own performance, then you can do this. So lots of cool stuff if you also want to go to the advanced features. So what you see here in a nutshell is very easily how good or bad am I doing. And you saw CPC here, okay, not so great. So I know the product that I want to optimize and then I can do this. The overall score that you see here is basically a summary of your performance. So 3.5 star means that there is potential to grow. You're okay, but not great, right? And the reason why you're not great is mostly because of CPC. Now, some of you say, okay, probably this product is bad in CPC, but it's probably better in something else. So what's the real deal here? No problem. You can now just scroll down, right? You will have the same section for sponsor brands, same logic. But another very cool thing, which we just launched right now, is actually this product analysis tab. Because what you're now seeing here in one beautiful view is for each of your products, we rate your ACOS, CVR, CTR, and CPC. Remember, the big 4 KPIs of advertising. With these numbers, you can summarize up your full performance in Amazon PPC. And we show you where are you good, where are you bad. Red means you can improve, not so great. Orange means you're in the middle. Green means you're doing actually quite okay. And what you're basically now seeing here in this product that we just have seen, the CPC is bad, but not just that, right? So if you now go with the mouse over the $1.90, you see the ranges, you see the benchmark's actually 28 cents. You're with $1.90 significantly above that. But we also see that, for example, your conversion rate is not so great either, right? The benchmark is 5.6% for this category. You have a conversion rate of 3.6%. What does that mean? This means that you should also really consider optimizing your product, getting a better product detail page, getting the right content in, probably getting better reviews, better pricing, all of this, because right now your conversion rate is not great. What is actually okay is your click-through rate. So you don't need to worry too much about the picture, right? So this seems to be okay. It's just in line with the benchmark. So if you really want to optimize this product, you need to focus on the conversion rate and you need to focus on your CPC. With both, you basically will get very quickly your ACOS under control. And that's exactly what we see with the other products, right? Because this product, for example, is doing very well, very nice conversion rate, very nice click-through rate, CPC some potential, right? ACOS okay, because also there's more potential in CPC. And you can do this for all of your products. If you want to filter, if you want to order, you can do all of this. But basically, this beautiful scorecard of your products will show you easily how you can improve your performance in a nutshell. So what can you do next? As soon as you basically get a good understanding of your performance and your potential, there are different things that you can do. Number one, you can click on Optimize Your Account now. And as soon as you click on this, this will send you into Sellics. So if you click on this button, there will be a sign-up process where it'll ask you a few questions, where basically you can just say who you are, what you want. And as soon as you're done, you will be in the Sellics tool itself, where you can then start to optimize your account, most likely with either rules, automation rules, or with AI. These are the two biggest things which people normally do that want to optimize their PPC account. If you're not ready for that yet, you can also talk with us. You can just click on this button, or you can basically join our private group. This project, as I mentioned at the beginning, is a project from the community for the community. So what we try to really do here is we try to add a big value to everyone out there that tries to master PPC, doesn't know what to do, doesn't know what good or bad is. We give you this report, these insights for free. Normally, if you would like to get these kind of benchmarks, these benchmarks are normally accessible by big enterprise companies, which pay $100,000s for this kind of analysis. And you get these insights for free for your products. So unheard of, right? That something like this happens. So it's very important for us to hear your feedback. If you join this group, you will join a Facebook group. There are many others which are part of that early access phase that we're in right now. You can share your thoughts, share your feedback. Everything we just created here has been based on community feedback. We're still in the early days. We have a packed roadmap, but what you see here already, I think, is incredibly powerful. So to summarize it up, if you would like to understand how good or bad you're doing in PPC, just click on the link below in the video. You can sign up for the benchmarker early access. It's 100% free. You will get this report after 1-2 hours for your own performance. You will see all of these numbers for your products. So you will see your performance, how good it compares to your competitor products. And you can then basically decide by yourself how you want to solve them. We highly recommend what most people are doing, creating an account and then creating the rules or AI to start optimizing this automatically. But of course, this is up to you. There are also thousands of other ways that you can optimize that. But this is really, I think, a fantastic starting point to just understand where you should focus on.
Thank you so much. First thing, it's so visual. I would like to try it right away. It looks really good, and they can see that in order to really explain what the KPIs mean and what sellers should do, you have put a lot of work into really presenting it well as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think another thing which we also heard a lot from the community is that most PPC tools are just very, very difficult to understand. Many sellers out there, they haven't been in advertising like myself. I've been there for 15 years, but many people have not, right? Many people are just basically want to focus on creating brands, creating great products, and just getting them to the customers. They're not advertisers, right? So they haven't done PPC optimization for 20 years. And what we really try to do here is to make it simple, to make it easy, and also to make it intuitive, right? Because many are just struggling with the complexity out there. So really focusing on the most important KPIs, the most important numbers, but still providing you the key things that you need to know in order to get and reach the next level. That's what we try to do here.
I think everybody will appreciate your work really, because I know a lot of sellers who have been working with PPC agencies, and then they probably need like another person reading the reports because they really don't understand what information they get back from them. So I think it's a really good thing. So one of my questions was, or I intended to ask, like, who should use this benchmark tool? But I guess the answer is like everybody.
I think everybody that is already active on PPC, right? I think that's important, right? Because in order to really benchmark your performance, you in the first place need a performance, right? But if you're active on advertising, then you should definitely do this. Doesn't matter if you just have 1,000 clicks, 100 clicks, or 1 million clicks. Basically, we'll use all of the data that you have, we'll benchmark it, and then we'll help you. We have many that use this tool incredibly effectively in the beginning, just to really understand, okay, what can I do and what should I focus on? But we also have a big amount of very sophisticated users, which actually look at it every month to understand, are they developing, are they evolving, are they really improving, and how do they basically compare versus the market.
Okay. What do you think, when I was looking at the KPIs you are giving, it looks like it could be like a great information to know also before launching a product. So do you think in the future there will be a way to get this kind of information before launching a product, like during the product research phase, just to know better what is like waiting for the seller in the PPC area?
It's a fantastic question. It's exactly one of these feedbacks that I mentioned, we love to hear. So if you, for example, hear that many are saying, hey, these are impactful and great insights, but I also want to launch new products. I would like to understand which CPCs should I use or what should I expect, right, before I am active. Then of course, this is a great feature request. We can think about it, try to figure out how we can then also implement it in a nice, intuitive way. The team is really, very talented that works on this project, and they're working, day and night. So if there are any cool feature requests, great feature requests, we'll try to get them in as quickly as possible.
Okay, very cool. So what do you think, what's the most important KPI this benchmark tool allows to analyze and compare?
I think it's difficult to say, right? Because all of the answer is there's a different KPI point for everyone, right? Some people have a big problem with the conversion rate, and they should really try to first figure out the conversion rate. And PPC can be a cool way to improve your conversion rate with targeting, right? So if you sometimes you just target the wrong things, or with the conversion rate, in many cases, it's basically that what you're essentially doing is that your product is not optimized enough yet, right? So you want to optimize your listing, you want to optimize everything there, and that's normally what you want to do. So if it's conversion rate, focus on that. If it's CPC, it's really mostly about bidding and targeting. If it's click rate, in many cases, it's a mix of targeting and pictures. So depending where you are, right, I think you have different focus areas, so that's what we try to do here. ACOS is generally just a top-level metric, right? So this is more or less a result of all of those, and just gives you a better understanding how good or bad you're doing overall.
Okay, very good reply. So all four are key elements.
But for everyone, different one, right? So you
Exactly.
will see this in your report. There's some which have a weak spot, and it can be also different for every product. For some people, they have a different, weak spot in one product where the pictures are not great. The other one, the review and the pricing is not great. And the third one, basically the bidding is just fully off. And what you will see here with this product analysis tab, which we literally just launched, I think this is exactly to really help you to understand where's the problem for each of the products.
Okay, very good. So to highlight once more why this tool is so great, can you share what are the options without this benchmark tool to really know what the competitors are doing? Are there any options to get this information or get similar information, or is it really something that you actually can't do really?
To be honest, you can't. Right? That's a fantastic thing, right? So one thing that I have normally experienced many times, what people do, they just ask, right? They go basically to a Facebook group, or to a Reddit group, or they ask the agency, or they ask, an influencer or the main point of contact, and they ask them, is this good or bad? Is this a good ACoS? Is this a good CPC? Is this a bad click rate? And the answer is they don't know, right? They will tell you something based on their own experience. But their own experience has in many cases nothing to do with the product category that you're active in. There are product categories where conversion rate of 5% is great. And there are other ones where this is the worst in the category, right? It really depends what you're selling. And the same thing is true for all of the other metrics. So really understanding if this is a good or bad, you cannot answer that question if you don't have a real big data set that just normalizes this for you. And that's exactly what this benchmark is supposed to do.
Awesome. It sounds super cool. So thanks again for putting all the work into it and giving it back to the community. So if anybody has any questions or would like to leave feedback regarding the functions of the tool, then what's the best way to reach out to you and your team?
The best way is just get the benchmarker, right? Link is down there. Look at your result, look at your numbers. And as soon as you have them, there is the link in the benchmarker also to either talk with us or to join the group and talk with us, right? We're incredibly active on this. I personally think this is a real life changer for anyone active on PPC and struggling in PPC. So talk with us. We'll listen to your feedback and we'll really try to do the best with it to really make this as useful as possible.
Cool. So to wrap up today's interview, could you once more share how Sellics overall helps Amazon sellers on a daily basis?
Absolutely. Right. So I think just to probably finish this off, right. So this is one of the, let's say, coolest newest features which we have launched, but there's also lots of other stuff happening on the Sellics side. So again, from the benchmarker, you can enter the real Sellics software by just clicking on free trial, either at the top or the bottom. But what Sellics is also doing, you can see this on the main page. They're big for areas where we have very complex solutions, which you in the end can use in the software itself: advertising, profit, SEO, and reviews. The biggest one that we just talked about is advertising. So this is when you, again, will have all the potential things that you can do around automating bidding, automating keyword rules, full AI solutions, all of this. But the Sellics software also offers other things. So if you're interested in that, just start the trial. It's 14 days free. You will have access to all of the different features. You can play with it. And yeah, hopefully get your business to the next level.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming here today and hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me here. Bye.
I really recommend you to try Sellics Benchmarker tool. You will find the link below in the description. I hope it will help you to improve your Amazon advertising campaigns. And now I would like you to invite to watch other video which covers 7 advanced PPC strategies to steal sales from your competitors. So it's a very popular video and I hope you will enjoy as well.